Hey everyone, and welcome to the Get Me Off the Moon Echo Team Podcast. I'm Skybane Zero, manager of 100K Strong, and host of this podcast. And with me today is...
I'm Tim, I'm the co-host and co-editor of these podcasts.
Yeah, I'm Score. I'm a fellow admin at 100K, and kind of an overall Legends fan art fanatic.
I'm Dash, Legends Station admin and resident coffeeholic.
I'm Laron, I'm in charge of our rocket, and I didn't choose the Reaper life. The Reaper life chose me.
Okay, so first topic. Score, do you want to explain it since you're the one who thought this up?
Sure. Basically, what you thought was improved upon in Legends 2, and then also on the topic of Legends 2, something that kind of got downgraded in the sequel. My example is, maybe this would be a good way to kick it off, the jet skates. I think that they are so much more fun to use in Legends 2, especially with the hills. When you,
right.
Yeah, when you jet off of them, like, I'll spend, 45 minutes wasting my time trying to, get to the next rock, or, how many rooftops can I bounce off of, or, weird stuff like that. And where I think that they downgraded is actually kind of a weird one. One of the quirky things and fun things about Legends is kicking stuff. And in Legends 1, kicking those trash cans, if they were full, they kind of book and had this little animation. And if they were empty, the lid would pop off and kind of do a little, you'd have to see the animation. But in Legends 2, the trash can animation looks so dumb in comparison to how cool and satisfying it was in Legends 1. It's just, I don't get who thought that looked better. In Legends 1, the can lid kind of ding, 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 does a little thing. And in Legends 2, it just kind of floats up and floats down. Really silly looking. I don't know. You have to see it to know, but know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's
even more hilarious if you're standing on it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who looked at that and thought it looked better, or that, I don't know, anyway.
I see that you care a lot about your trash can lid.
It's the little things in Legends.
Exactly.
What's that?
That's the biggest highlight for me.
Those are the little things in Legends.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to be specific. There's a ton of other things I could choose,
of course.
So, I don't know, what about you guys?
Well, okay, so the first question, what I think was improved upon Legends 2, that's a pretty easy question for me to answer, since I personally see the second game as superior to the first in almost every way. I think the main aspect which I think received the most beneficial improvements was the game's engine. Definitely that. Legends 2 just played so much more smoothly than Legends 1, I can't even begin to tell you. The lock-on system in particular I thought was improved tremendously. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest here. In Mega Man Legends 1, you had very limited versatility because, well, you had to stand still in order to lock on. But Legends 2 fixed that almost entirely with its lock-on system. It allowed you to target an enemy and move simultaneously.
One weapon that did that in Legends 1 is the machine gun, actually, and I kind of thought that was a cool transition. Some you have to stand still, some you don't. I don't know.
But it made the gameplay so much smoother. And now there was still one flaw with the gameplay. You couldn't move backwards while shooting.
Yeah.
And some of us know, it looked like Capcom was going to fix that issue in Mega Man Legends 3, but... I love that, though. Seeing Barrett shoot while moving backwards, it was just...
Yeah.
A breath of fresh air after being underground for 30 years or something.
Yeah, totally.
Another thing about the game's engine was the analogs, of course. I loved how they included the analogs in Legends 2. Because, in a 3D game, I'm sorry, but you need analogs. That's just how it goes. But, of course, I do know there was reasonable explanation for the gameplay issues. Legends 1 was created right at the beginning of the 3D gaming era. Game developers were still experimenting with the 3D engines and what they were capable of. So, and needless to say, it takes time for a new generation engine to kick off into full swing, so it was only natural that Legends should experience some gameplay quirks.
Yeah.
But that said, Legends 1 did play surprisingly well for its time. Not perfect, obviously, because it was created right at the beginning of the 3D era, but still a very good job and worthy of a lot of praise. Now, as for the things that I thought were better in Legends 1 and downgraded in Legends 2, many have said it before, but I'll say it again as well, because I think it's the one right answer. The atmosphere, the general atmosphere. Legends 1 contained an atmosphere that just pulled you into its world and took you for a ride that you just never wanted to end. And, for me, it provided an experience that was just so engaging, so enjoyable, that at times it almost didn't even seem like a video game,
Mm-hmm.
It's like something akin to a Studio Ghibli film or something.
Yeah.
It was not a game, it was a lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one of the few regards where I felt Legends 1 was a better game.
That's a big one, because that's a big part of the full of Legends.
Exactly. That's one of the things which a lot of fans enjoyed, and what made it different from all the other Mega Man series. So, what about the rest of you guys?
What I liked about it was that they did good, and yes. Okay, so seriously though, I've never played Legends 2, so everything that I'm gonna hear is a learning experience for me. I only had an N64 when I was a kid, so yeah.
Careful with those spoilers. And we were actually talking about that on the Echo Team, or I made a comment on the Echo Team Facebook. I was saying to Tim how it's kind of cool he's got this whole Legends game he's yet to experience, so...
What if he hasn't spoiled it all for himself already?
Yeah, right.
Wikipedia.
Oh, dang it, Tim.
Well, that's not as bad as, like, sitting down and watching a playthrough on YouTube, so you still got a fresh experience.
Yeah. Well, no, I've actually played, like I said, it's been a good 10 years since I played, like I said, Mega Man 64, obviously Mega Man Legends, and then I just kind of boosted up an emulator and just got back into it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun, and that's kind of why, I'm still all for getting Mega Man Legends 3 back.
Awesome.
But, yeah, that's... I have no real input to this.
It's okay. I'd say about, 75% of our members didn't play Legends 2 anyway because of the price.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's those little quirks, too, from Legends 1 that I found fun. Like, just kicking the trash can. I don't know why, but, like everyone, it was just fun.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Legends 2, aside from the gameplay upgrade, which Sky touched upon a lot more eloquently than I ever could, I thought the graphics received a pretty decent upgrade between 1 and 2. And that's about the only thing I think was better than 2, because 1 is pretty much my favorite game of all time, and I think the number one downgrade, though, was going from "You're alive, that's wonderful!" to, "Hey, Roll, breakfast is ready. I made the eggs just the way you like them." And I think
you still sound like Bullnut.
And I sound more like him than Susan Roman did.
I know, but you can't do that.
Oh god, anyone could sound like Volnut more than Susan Roman.
I mean, don't get me wrong, she played a great Mayor Amelia, but...
That's because she was a woman.
Yes, but... Yes, no, it has nothing to do with her being a woman, because...
Oh, right.
I'm better at it than she is. She's just incompetent, and she's actually the reason it took me 10 years to finally get somebody to go, okay, sure, you can play Volnut, because you sound just like Corey Sevier. But yeah, aside from that, I really felt like the plot was forced. Like, you go to an island, you get your piece of plot on that island, then you go away and you never see that island again because there's another piece of plot on another island. So you lose the atmosphere, the sense of not having that plot gun pushed up to your head, okay, get off this island now. The side quests felt a lot more integrated in 1. And I mean, even though the townspeople in 2 actually all looked different, the townspeople in 1...
love that, by the way.
Yeah, the townspeople in 1 felt more like real people than the townspeople in 2.
So you guys are a perfect example. Like I said, there's a billion things you could choose, and I tried to be picky, but dang, guys. No, Volnut's voice almost made my choosing, what I chose for my downgrade, but I went with the trash can instead.
I don't even know how Susan Roman got that sound out of her mouth.
Maybe one day we'll develop a patch for Legends 2 or something and just throw Dash's voice
Oh yeah,
into it.
no, I'd play it.
I would love to do that.
That'd be me.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I'd be all over that. Oh, and the dungeons, they were like, it was like, okay, this is the fire dungeon, and this is the ice dungeon, and this is the water dungeon, which...
Like a Legends of Zelda feel.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda feels okay for Zelda, but... Yeah.
Right.
Alright, Laurent, you're up.
Alright, so let's see. Gosh, you guys covered
See, they covered everything. That's why you gotta pick one thing, guys.
All right. Okay.
Gosh darn it to heck.
I know.
Even if it's just a nitpick.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I'm gonna say is improved. The flutter. Now,
Yeah.
the reason why I say that the flutter is improved, because in 2, I felt that the flutter was a hell of a lot bigger than it was
Oh yeah.
the first time around. It was kind of ridiculous, too.
Mhm.
Like, you look at the flutter from the outside and you're like, okay, that's like a medium-sized ship there. And then you go inside and it's like huge. It's like a flying mansion. So, yeah, I thought that the flutter was better in 2. I thought it was bigger. And I thought that there was more stuff, like the money being hidden in Roll's workshop in the flutter.
Mhm. Man, one of the coolest things about the flutters, since you're talking about it, is that lunch that you can get if you repair everything that's got burnt up.
Mhm.
I thought that was one of the cooler ideas, you know? It's kind of like that fried chicken anyway, going on.
Yeah, it's things like that, and, you know, you can buy stuff for the flutter this time around. The flutter was definitely improved in 2. Now, let's see. What's bad? Dash kind of touched on this, but I'm going to say the worst thing about 2 would be the Nino Ruins.
Oh my god!
Ruins with the
Excuse me while I go punch something.
I know, right? I hated that place.
I hate the Nino Ruins with the white-hot intensity of 1,000 suns.
Oh, well. I think I'm one of the few guys that doesn't really mind them as much as everybody else.
Well, Spore, you played the PSP version, right? I heard it was downgraded in there.
No, it's the same as far as I'm concerned. I played it on PlayStation also, and you know, I was thinking, you know, like, sweet, the jet skates, like, I'm like flying clear across the entire room.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was cool, but I mean, it's just like, everything slowed down. It's like,
It wasn't pain, yeah.
It was just so slow. Go up here, fill up the water. Go over here, drain the water. It was.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Speaking of Zelda, it's like Water Temple on crack.
Mm-hmm. I really like something good to say about the water tower. I really like the music when it's not filled with water. I listen to that a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It just
That's
stuck with me. It's
listening
a
to?
creepy vibe. I just like it.
Like,
Okay.
every year or so, I'll go and I'll replay maybe Mega Man Legends 1 or 2, but it's typically, I'll get to the Nino Ruins and now I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I'll start a new save, I'll get to the Nino Ruins, and that's the hump for me in the game. That's the hardest part to get over.
Yeah, it's hard on PSP because you got to have those switches kind of more memorized, you know, because it's the Japanese port. So.
Right.
Oh, those water levels.
May the master help you if you forget to take in the drill arm.
Oh,
I'd kick myself in the foot later, or I'd kick myself in the leg later if I didn't say this. It drove me crazy that they didn't have any kind of apparatus on Volnut's face while he was underwater, because he's not a straight-up robot. I mean, as far as we can tell, he's a carbon. And I don't know, that always bugged me that they never gave him, like, a face piece or something to breathe.
I mean, because they give him the helmet, they change his shoes, they change his arms.
Yeah. Oh, that drove me crazy. Anyway.
yeah, like the rebreather. They could have put that on his face or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an item that goes in your inventory, go take the next step, put it on his face.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny if they just gave him a snorkel, because it'd still be like, okay, how's he still breathing?
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the snorkel is he's so deep underwater that he'd still drown.
Unless it was like this giant hose just going behind him throughout the entire level.
Yeah.
And then, like, you get to a certain point, it jerks back. It's like, oh, Mega Man, looks like you can't progress any further.
Yeah, seriously. You need to go and buy an extension for this hose.
Have fun going back to the start.
The further you go down, for some reason it just stretches. So no matter what, you're just going to keep questioning, why?
Yeah.
Oh, and God forbid if you jump off that ledge and it happens to not be long enough, you're just sitting there hanging off the ledge by the snorkel.
That would have been a sweet opportunity to create like this cool goggle thing for him too. So, oh well.
Could be a Bubble Man like mask.
All right.
You know, another thing they could have done was, I mean, it's a water ruin, so why can't I understand he has to wear the armor, but couldn't Roll have designed maybe a lighter version of the armor that he could possibly swim in? I mean, the aqua jets are nice and everything, but, like, couldn't we have a boat or a submarine or something?
What, and change the entire control scheme?
Yeah.
This is Capcom we're talking about.
I'm learning.
Oh, poor Tim.
You need to play it, Tim. Like, definitely. I'm stuck, but so expensive.
Yeah,
that's
save up $80 and
80, 120, 160. Like, depends on the condition, the seller.
Well, it's like when I bought Phoenix Wright off Amazon. It was so weird because it was like $27, right? I thought that was nothing. It came with the receipt from Blockbuster, and it was like $10. So I just felt so disappointed.
That is expensive because it's not new. Which one did you play?
It Trials and Tribulations. It's the fact that it's like, yeah, I paid $10.
Starting on the third one?
Yeah, it's the third one, I believe.
You're starting on that one?
I don't know. I didn't know too much about the series, so I just got the cheapest one.
If I were you, I'd buy one, and the third one's actually the most expensive. I'd buy Justice for All and... crap, we can talk about this later. Let's go on to
it's the next subject. That's why I said great segue.
Alright, so for the next topic, we're going to talk about something that really, it can go on and on, but we're going to just generally talk about, the Capcom titles, all of the Capcom titles that we've enjoyed over the past years. And, yeah.
Have any of you guys played Minish Cap or Okami? Or Okami then?
I played both.
I've played Minish Cap, and we were talking about it earlier. I'm surprised that I didn't know Capcom made that. I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, Capcom and Square Enix have actually made a few Nintendo games before.
Nintendo properties. That's cool. I love the artwork in Minish Cap. It's one of my favorite artwork styles with Chibi Link.
Yeah, I love Minish Cap. It was awesome story, pretty awesome gameplay. I haven't played it in years, so I don't remember much, but I remember it was wild.
Okami is the white wolf fox creature that paints.
Yeah.
It's a wolf.
Yeah.
I haven't played that,
Right.
no.
You should play. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Absolutely fantastic. What I like about it most is the Japanese traditional aspect they put into it. It just is so expansive, and, I love Japanese tradition, so, I love Okami. It's a fantastic game. The gameplay is awesome. The open worldness is fantastic. The story is probably one of the best parts about it.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
I don't want to spoil too much for those of you who haven't played it, because you really have to
spoil it. I'm gonna buy the HD version.
I know. You guys, to those who haven't played, you should play it, so I don't want to spoil it too much, but it was fantastic.
Well, the whole atmosphere of it too. The only way you could describe it is just saying art.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen footage. It is really a very pretty game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
There's a DS version of being a small wolf. Is that right?
Yeah, Okami Den.
I think it's the son or daughter of Amaterasu.
Son.
Son, yeah.
The demon spawn of Amaterasu.
I was actually interested when I played that to see if any of the translations would be the son of the sun. But no, they got around it by saying the child of the sun. But that would have been funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, that was also a fantastic game. It wasn't as good as the original Okami, but it was inventive in its own right. And, I loved how they took the DS stylus and integrated that into the system. Because, Okami focused on...
Celestial Brush?
Yeah, the Celestial Brush.
Oh, the Wiimote?
Yeah, which was the Wiimote.
Okay.
So I thought that was very creative how they integrated the DS stylus into the whole system. And I personally thought it was easier than the Wii remote.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Wiimote, but that's a whole nother...
Okay, well, maybe not the Wiimote. I got the PS2 version.
Well, I got it for the Wii, and I got it strictly for the Wii just because, I kept hearing, the Wiimote for the style of the game it is, especially with the brush, that it's well suited for it, although Sky mentioned that the PS2 is still, in a way, better, so...
Yeah, a lot of people would agree with me, actually. The PS2 version is seen as the superior version for some reason. You'd think that the Wii Remote would be better for that thing, but apparently not.
The Wii Remote is not always the most intuitive. I know that's not always true, but, I think that thing can get clunky as heck sometimes.
It's good for the brushing segments, but yeah, when you're fighting and all that, it's just kind of awkward.
I like it for WarioWare.
Mario Party.
Yeah, that too. Are those the only games, other Capcom games besides Mega Man that you've played, Skybane?
Let me think.
We can always come back to you if you remember a couple as we're talking or whatever.
No, I think that's about it. I only played the Okami games and Diminished Cap. Needless to say, I've been a Mega Man fan for just about as long as I've been playing video games, and I've played mostly all of them, except for the ones that are just too dang expensive.
Yeah, Skybane showed off his Mega Man skills last night on a live stream. What was that game? That fan?
Roku-chan. It's not really a Mega Man game, but it's obviously based after Mega Man.
So, who wants to be next?
Okay, I'll go.
Alright.
My favorite Capcom game is Grand Theft Auto.
Oh man, I love that game, especially for the Nintendo.
Some question?
Okay, Grand Theft Auto is not a Capcom game.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
That's a Rocksteady game.
Even I know it's not a Capcom game.
Yeah, I'm thinking Rockstar. Is that, what?
Okay. The truth is, it's not a Capcom game in America, but it's published by Capcom in Japan. But my real favorite Capcom game that I kind of feel that it's in the same situation as Legends, would actually be the Street Fighter EX series. Street Fighter EX series, it's Street Fighter, but it introduced new characters, and the reason why it's different from all of the other Street Fighter games is that it was the first 3D one. Kind of like how Legends was the first 3D Mega Man game. And I think that part of the reason why it's seen as the red-headed stepchild of, Street Fighter is because it was the first 3D one, just like how Legends was the first 3D one for the Mega Man series. It introduced a lot of great characters, and it had probably the best music in any Street Fighter game ever. So, yeah, Street Fighter EX is definitely...
What's this for?
PS2 and PS1.
Yeah, PS2 and PS1.
Okay. I'm looking at some screenshots now, and I've actually seen that cover of Ryu before.
You really pronounce that Ryu score?
Ryu?
Ryu.
Ryu, in the U.S.
Ryu little...
You little...
Has anyone seen that dorkly cartoon with Final Fantasy controversy where they keep getting the names wrong?
Oh my god. Dissidia knocked out some of that crap, though. Zidane, Titus.
I never pronounced his name right, Titus.
Titus is a weird pronunciation.
You always said Titus, Laurem?
I say Titus or Titus.
Titus.
I say Titus too, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Titus, if that's what they call him, that's what they call him, but there's so many people like, Titus, that's the dumbest name ever!
Well, the answer to that is because his Japanese name was pronounced Tita, because it was kind of like the opposite of what Yuna was, but I guess when they were trying to localize it, they just sort of changed it up a bit, but yeah.
Okay.
More you know.
Thank you, Did You Know Gaming?
I'll go ahead and say some games that I've played. I've kind of always known that I wasn't a big Capcom person, but as I was looking, I realized I'm even less of one than I thought, because the list is kind of short. A couple of the Resident Evils, Nemesis and 4, and then also the Phoenix Wright series, a couple of the Devil May Cries, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, purely because Volnut was in it. And then, I actually forgot about this game as Breath of Fire 3 on PlayStation 1. Pretty cool RPG. I know it's kind of got a fan base trying to do the same sort of thing that we are, in a way, to bring it back. Because I don't know how big the fan base is, but they're really loyal to the series and want to see it come back. So, on Capcom Unity, you'll be on their Ask Capcom box from time to time. When is the next Breath of Fire coming out?
Right.
Yeah, I thought that one was kind of cool. I like RPGs, so... Other than that, it was just the Mega Man Legends series, and then because of this movement, I saw so many people posting about the other games in the series. So I have a PS3, and I downloaded Classic Mega Man 2 and 3. So I've gotten to kind of delve back into that, and since then I've played some of Mega Man X, which is really fun. So I'll probably be playing more Mega Man games as time goes on.
Awesome. Let me know if you need tips.
Okay, cool. You know what? I was actually really proud of myself in Mega Man X. Because I'm sitting here playing. My friend Brian's playing. We're playing on an actual Super Nintendo, and
wow.
He's just wrecking shop. He's going through it really well. So I take the control. I'm not good or bad, but I found something he hadn't found before, which I'm sure anybody that's listening has found. That was that you're on this rail or this it's like rolling through bats. So I jump off because it's
the fireball, right?
Was that?
The Hadouken, the Street Fighter move?
No, I didn't find that. I had heard about that already, but I jumped off, and there's this fat girl bat, lady bat, with big lips or something, and she's...
Oh, right.
She spawns a ton of lives. And I was,
yep, that's right.
Yeah.
I use that as a common place for farming lives.
Yeah. So I was pretty proud of myself.
Well, that bat actually specifically, I believe it comes from the classic Mega Man series.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
It's what are they called?
Don't remember what it's called, but it's always guaranteed to give you an extra free man.
Right.
Cool.
Right. It's easy to miss that thing, especially if you're on that train.
That's why I jumped off, because I'm just going so fast. There's got
Scary.
No, there's got to be something that they're trying to keep me from noticing, or
Right. But
yeah, that's it for me. I think I might have played a couple of other titles, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. What about you, Dash?
Oh, me? I'm finding it a little harder to figure out which games I could honestly say from Capcom that aren't Mega Man Legends that I tolerate. Right now I'm playing The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and immediately after I beat them, I plan on selling them for a lot of money. But
those are Capcom?
Yes, those are Capcom titles. Seasons and Ages were Capcom, and I already sold A Link to the Past, which was also produced by Capcom, the
Did you like it?
Game Boy Advance version.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of a different
now,
game.
Generally, I think Zelda games are really, really easy. It's all you have to do is look for the thing that looks like you could use an item on it, pick the right item, and then use it. And by the end that every boss you encounter, you're going to use the weapon you found in that dungeon to beat the boss.
I know, right?
But my favorite non-Legends Capcom game, I think, is Zack and Wiki. Really awesome, underrated puzzle game starring a guy who has hair like Trombone, and a monkey who looks like Data.
I'm typing this up right now. Zack and Wiki.
Zack and Wiki. Good luck finding it for a good price. Zack, Z-A-C-K, and Wiki.
Oh yeah, I've seen him before. Yeah, that's recent on Wii or.
Yep, it's on the Wii.
What system is it for?
The Wii.
Yeah. And Mr. Ninja's actually here right now listening to this like a ninja. Because you know how they're all quiet and stealthy and stuff, and now he's laughing absolutely silently like a ninja. So he's tossing in a vote for Phoenix Wright.
Who's Mr. Ninja?
My brother.
Okay.
From the Waiting for Legends, or the other video about Legends 3 that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
you bring back Legends 3, all of my cash will stay with me.
I've actually caught myself, I'm making breakfast, and I'm, singing that song a little bit.
I know, my brother continues to tease me about that song. He says we should use that as our national anthem.
I mean, I'd be down with that. I mean, the Les Miserables movie's coming out this Christmas, so it ties in quite nicely with that.
Oh.
He thinks it's absolutely hilarious.
Part of me wants to now do a spoof of Confrontation from Les Mis with some guy playing Christian Svensson or Sugimoto or somebody. But I think that would be a little too over the top.
Yeah. Dash, I'm looking through some screenshots of Zack and Wiki, and there's that monkey character. Somebody has paired it up with a shot of Data in the same nearly the same pose right next to it.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That was pretty awesome, and admittedly, that's why I bought it in the first place.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's actually a pretty cute little point-and-click adventure game.
Oh, it's point-and-click.
And it's not, too dumbed down.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty much a fan of most of Capcom's franchises. I played everything specifically from the Nintendo to the Super Nintendo era. So, yeah, my favorite Capcom game is surprisingly the Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. It's a lot like Mega Man. But
yeah.
It is a lot like Mega Man, but I just, some people say, yeah, it's a bit slow, but I don't know, it just stuck with me ever since I was a kid, because that was the game I used to rent all the time. And it was
Isn't that game kind of rare now?
I actually picked it up today at a convention.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, that is pretty rare, whereas some of the titles are, but there's that, I'm a fan of, obviously, recently I've been playing Phoenix Wright. It's funny. I can't help it. It's got the drama, it's got the comedy, and it just sticks.
And it's got the top knot.
That's
great.
The game has got gratuitous top knots.
It's got crazy hairstyles.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Great freaking music, too. I love the music in Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, it's really good, especially when
Very
you consider
jazzy.
Especially when you consider the limitations of audio on a handheld. It's great.
Yeah.
But, well, another thing about the soundtrack is, and I mentioned this on Facebook, is Pearl's theme kind of sounds like something I heard out of Mega Man Legends. I don't know why. It's something familiar about it.
I'll have to listen to it again.
Yeah. But I actually have a really... I'm going to tell the story, Sky. A memorable experience, but not in the good sense, with Resident Evil back when, 3D was still starting, and, I was so used to playing kiddie games, more to speak, like Mega Man. I say kiddie, but I just mean, like, bright, colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it, Tim.
Now, the thing is, my cousin, he'll play these little pranks here and there, like, he just kind of mess with you sort of thing.
It's a nice way of saying he's a jerk.
He's my cousin. I still love him, man.
He's my cousin.
Go on.
Basically, I've never seen any game like that before. Like, never horror genre, never rated M. I was actually pretty sheltered from that. Basically, my cousin invites me and my brother over, and, he's like, yeah, I got PS1, and we're like, oh, cool, because we had the N64, right? And he puts in a game, Resident Evil, and I look at the case, right, and it's just the zombie on the front, and the second, like, the whole atmosphere was kind of creepy, and I'm just like, what is this? And he's just saying, oh, no, just stay there, watch.
Oh
Right.
my god.
I was with my mom at the time, and she lives in an apartment, like a 3-story apartment, and right across from her is another 3-story apartment, and my cousin was on the top floor, and I was on the top floor, so it got to the part where, it's like, oh, you find blood in the dining room, and he goes check, like, he played this beforehand, so he kind of knew, and it just he got to the part where you see the first zombie, right? And I just look at it, you just see it, but the second it turned its head with that creepy look, I screamed, ran all the way down the apartment, ran all the way up, and I hid in my mother's bedroom. And, I was like 12 at the time too, and my mom just was like, where is he? And she finds me in the corner, kind of huddled, like just sobbing, and just like, she calls my cousin, she's like, what the hell just happened? And she's like, I didn't think he'd react that bad. It was just a joke.
I'm pretty sure we all have that cousin.
Yeah, but no, gradually, like, for a year straight, I would not willingly go to my cousin's unless I knew the game was not
Yeah. Dude, Tim, I'm on eBay right now, and Mickey's Magical Quest sealed is $599.
Holy crap.
I got
a copy.
I gotta
Maybe I
use.
should hold on to those Zelda games a little longer.
Yeah. Would you get it for, Tim?
$20.
I wonder if it's the same. It's the Super NES?
Yeah.
This one is? Okay. Dang, man.
Well, I got lucky because I just saw it and, like, I need this. But yeah, no, I look back on it now, but yeah, my most memorable experience, and when I found out it was Capcom that made it, I was just like, so disheartened because the fact that, like, I knew they made Mega Man, I knew they made all those other games I liked.
This horrible thing, how could you?
Well, when I found out about the remake a couple years down the line, I was just like, and we had a GameCube, right, and we didn't know it was coming out, and then right away I'm just like, oh god, no. gradually I got over it, but yeah, that was like at least 3 years of me just like, yeah, I don't want to hear about Resident Evil.
Yeah. Dang, man.
But no, it was a jerky thing. But I look back now, I'm just like, yeah, I guess I'd probably do the same to my cousin. So.
Okay, I don't feel sorry for you then.
Aw, I like the pity.
So,
But-
yes, on to the next topic, I guess.
Yes, please.
All right,
Oh, Skybane.
may you please?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we've had quite a few updates to Tuttle's Legendary Travels lately.
And it was legendary. Legend, wait for it, dairy.
Okay, so we've had quite a few updates to Tuttle's Legendary Travels lately. In particular, the playable demo that Fab and Bleika have released, which is basically meant to give players a feel for the engine. It's not anything really complex, just a simple one-room sort of thing where you can jump, walk around, and, fool around and stuff.
Yeah. Who all here has played it?
Oh, I think all of us have, right?
Cool.
I
Is
think.
that a yes? Laurent, Tim, Daph?
I played a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, I walked
yes, I played it.
around.
It was actually smooth. I decided to go install it on the crappiest computer I own, just to see if it would still run. It still ran, and it still ran really smoothly.
And they've also released their 5th community participation event.
And it is a doozy, believe me. It takes everything from the Reaperbot event, and then it just cranks it up to 11. You don't just design a Reaperbot, you design a boss. There are, no design restrictions. If you love Reaperbots, then this is the contest for you, and boy oh boy do I know a lot of you love Reaperbots.
Yeah, so it's their 5th community participation event, and they've also recently opened their doors to Japanese fans. And they've even changed the title of the game to suit the Japanese audience.
Yep.
So what's it called? Teiji no Dash?
Teiji something, I don't know, but their translator is HF, and he's a pretty awesome guy. He does Rockman Dash Legends, which
Right, yeah, I remember.
yeah, that's that pretty awesome fan comic.
Eh.
It's a darker and edgier version of Legends 1.
I think the art can be better, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
what do
he's
you
gotten so far with it, which is, it's farther than any other Legends fan comic I've seen.
Right.
What do you think the chances of getting Reika to add? If I don't know the whole issues with this, but what if we got the updated versions of your wind is blowing and use it towards that?
That's a neat idea.
I don't know, you'd have to take it up with Fab and Bleika.
Yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't even. I mean, that's a great idea, but don't necessarily worry about that until they're near completion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I could see her being down for that since, as far as I understand, it'll be a free-to-download game. I'm not sure.
Yes, it's free to download.
Okay.
Anything else would probably get them a cease and desist.
Okay.
Nah.
Believe it or
What,
not,
making money
Capcom-
off of somebody else's IP?
Believe it or not, Capcom really doesn't chase after people too much.
So guys, opinions? These updates?
About
Tuttles.
well,
Okay, let's take this in sections. What do you guys think of them opening their doors to the Japanese fans?
Pretty
Oh,
awesome.
that's pretty.
good move.
Yep. They said as of now that they don't have plans to translate it, but I personally imagine with the access to some of the translators we have through 100K, and they have FH, is that his name? Or
HF.
HF. I'd bet as this snowballs, they won't have trouble finding translators to bring it over to Japan. I honestly think it'll happen. So
I think it will
Oh,
really
man,
have
how do you
keyboard
spell HF again?
Yeah, I think it was really awesome that they were even capable of opening their doors to the Japanese.
yeah.
I
Absolutely.
really hope the Japanese notice.
Yeah, actually, I've been doing my part in that. I've been trying to get Me Off the Moon Team Japan involved with it.
Cool.
'Cause, I'm really hoping that people like Capcom or OS Roku get involved in it because judging from their Devroom submissions and contributions to the revival efforts, they have some serious potential, and I really think they could improve this project tremendously if they put their minds to it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, they have some awesome stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And to that effect, I've been trying to contact them on their Twitter. I think I've contacted them twice. I haven't exactly seen them acknowledge it yet, the news regarding TLT opening their doors to the Japanese, but I have seen Capcom tweet about Tuttle's Legendary Travels. He just tweeted about it today, actually, as of November 17th.
Cool.
So I don't know when this is going to be finished, this podcast.
I think what it'll take for the Japanese to catch on is what it'll take for it to catch on with us is just enough people going there and participating. And I've actually been trying to do that myself. I've been on the forums just a little bit more, checking the blog, commenting on current and previous blogs. Just putting my 2 cents in. And Fab and Blika respond to nearly every comment someone puts in. And obviously that's a little easier right now because it's at like the 10 comments per blog post point, but that'll increase, so I don't know if they'll always be able to reply to everybody, but they're pretty good about it.
It's just good to know that the Japanese are aware of TLT's existence, though, because I think it's just a matter of time since they know about it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like I said, I have been putting the word out there, using my position as a manager of 100K, and, since I have control of the Get Me Off the Moon Twitter, I can contact them with that.
Yep, very cool.
And Capcom does follow us, as well as a lot of people from Team Japan.
Awesome.
So that's good.
He sucks because I don't understand a thing he posts. I'm just hoping for art posted from time to time, but I started following him and he started following me right after, but, he doesn't know who the heck I am, so.
He follows a ton of people, that guy.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for some cool Legends art here and there.
It's a fantastic art. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Too good.
Too good.
Yeah. He's so good that Capcom has mistaken his work for theirs.
Yeah. They did.
Good.
It's really cool.
You guys know he was the winner for the Bond Mecha event in...
Yep, that's what I heard. Okay.
He kicked the Legend Station team's butt. Of course I know he won. We're rivals.
Yeah. You guys were second in place on that Bond Mech competition, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there were a lot of there was this really weird cheating thing where a lot of the more popular entries got downvoted.
Yeah,
so I really think a lot of the better entries actually wound up getting booted out of the finals.
But they reset that, so that doesn't factor in anymore.
Not exactly. They didn't really.
Yeah. Still, it's like the damage was already done by the time they got to it.
Right.
But there was this really cool one, like, that it was a lizard that shot things out of its body. And then there was this really cool alligator, and those guys didn't make the finals, and it was kind of depressing.
Right.
There was this really sweet one by this guy, Score, that made a teasel looking kind of mech. Oh, yeah.
It's on my front lawn.
Hank. I see that entry.
Even pictures of it being on my front lawn and the police writing me up for some kind of obstruction that hasn't been cleared with the government.
It looked like Teasel. Why would Teasel make an invention that looks like Teasel?
He did. Trump it. Yeah, come on.
Wait, what?
He knows what's up. Oh my gosh. But going to the events, for Tuttle's Legendary Travels, I was reading through the rules of posting, and they're actually allowing previous. If you entered in a Devroom event, they let you pull your event into and place it in theirs. So. I had already drawn a Mega Boss looking Reaver bot, so I entered into that, so that's, hopefully it'll get into the game. That'd be cool. Any of you guys planning on entering the contest?
I really wish I had more time to contribute to the project, since, I think what Fab and Black are doing with these fan events is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Not to mention I'd like to win some of those prizes.
Yeah.
But between Get Me Off the Moon and just stuff in general, I really haven't had much time.
Yeah.
So I am glad that I can use my position in Get Me Off the Moon to advertise their events at least.
Yeah,
absolutely. And of course, I can't wait to have them on the podcast again once they complete the game.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Or even maybe just a halfway point, get them in and talk stuff over.
Yeah, if we had more time with this, I'd love to have done that.
Well, maybe after they hear the podcast, they'll have some things to say to us if we have any questions or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, I wrote down a list of things I want to say about what I've seen so far, but I don't want to be talking the whole time, so... for Tuttles, so...
Yeah, what about the demo?
If somebody else wants to go.
Oh, do you guys have anything else to say before we move on?
Besides the demo being really smooth?
Yeah, we're going to move on to that if you don't have anything.
No, I think we already have talked about that, haven't we? About how I had the crappiest computer in the world and tried to run it on it and it ran and it was still smooth. You don't remember that line?
No, I remember that.
Yeah,
remember
me too.
Okay.
And I said that I walked in a circle, but yeah.
just you're the only one who said something about it.
Okay. I mean, is there really much to say about it though? I mean, it's one room that moves very smoothly and runs on everything.
Well, I have a few things to say. Well, as Dash said, it was simple, but really that was the point. I mean, it was just meant to give players a feel for the game's engine, after all.
Right.
That said, I have to say, I have to admit, it was surprisingly very, very smooth. Even my older brother, when he was watching me run around the place and, jumping on things in the game, he was commenting on how good it looked. He was even saying that Fab and Blyker should consider making Legends 3.
That crossed my mind. If this game does well enough, and Capcom is still refusing to make Legends 3, it sucks because I like where Capcom was taking Legends 3, but heck, make it if they want to. But yeah, I played the demo too, and I've actually played it twice.
Yeah, I think I played it thrice.
Yeah, for as little as there is to do with it, I'm like, oh, when I step on the bricks, it makes clacking noises like it's a different...
Yeah, I love that effect.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I tried to jump. I was getting that library feeling from Legends 1 when I was trying to jump onto that highest...
right.
that you can't jump onto. But yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool, and I can't wait for the next demo. Maybe, and I even said it on the forums, maybe an Apple Market size, or half of that, little town area, and then maybe like a little ruin area for the next demo.
I love that. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yep. Really
wasn't the in Tuttle in the demo, wasn't that song from the end of Mega Man Legends 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it sounded.
Yeah, you know what? And that's awesome because that song only plays once in Legends 2. It's at the the very end, and I really like that song.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The only other time it's used is on the PSP port of Legends 2 that comes with a demo of you walking around this area that doesn't show up in any of the other games. So anyway, I really like that song, so it's awesome they used it.
Yeah, I always listen to that song because he uses that for a lot of stuff. Every time I hear it, I always forget where it's from. And then I message Fab and I go, crap, where's that song that's playing from the timestamp here, the timestamp here from? It's so awesome, and it reminds me of such and such. Usually the Debbie Gibson song or something like that, crossed with something from some game. I don't know, but it has got to have done that like 3 times.
Yeah.
And Fab's like, you don't remember what I said the last time I told you where this song is from?
Yeah. I mean, I have to play a little clip of it in here, like, for the people to hear, for the listeners to hear, but,
okay, we'll throw it in here.
Cool. Yeah. I just get the picture of Teasel and Gramps and Von Blucher or whatever sitting on the bench together, sipping their drinks.
Exploding.
Yeah. Oh, sad. You would take it there.
Do you guys remember Game Informer's reactions to that when they were in their Super Replay?
Nope.
They were.
I didn't watch that one yet. The final.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it then.
Okay.
I would love to, but I don't want to.
Is it really sappy?
No, it's hilarious.
Okay.
He'd probably make some kind of joke about, that's how it is.
You see, it was...
It's not like we'll probably be sitting here for the next 10 years or something.
No, it was nearing the launch, and they said, oh, that's a nice symbolic meeting, and then... How?
Oh my god. You know what? This could be a topic, like, if we all watch through all of them, this could be a topic, because I have some commentary, for another podcast. I have some commentary about some of the stuff that they said with Gregaman on some of the earlier stuff. He gave some far more transparent answers about Legends 3 cancellation than I've heard before. Okay, so have you guys listened to any of the tracks from Tuttle's yet that they have posted on the page?
Yep, they're terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
They
name
sound
off. What's that?
They sound like they fit right in with the Legends series.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And some of them are just remixes, but there's 2 of them, and I liked them before I read that they were original compositions, and that's Invading Forces and the City Hall theme. So good. Invading Forces, I've listened to it every day since I discovered it.
Yeah, let's give a listen to those songs real quick. Alright, and that was City Hall, and let's play Invading Forces.
Dude, Invading Forces pumps me up so much.
It's amazing.
Man, that reminds me of an X song, but in a good way. I like the music from the Mega Man X series.
Yeah.
Ninja agrees. He's nodding and making thumbs up signs.
I'm still listening to it.
Yeah, it's totally on par with, like, the Bond theme or something like that. This will stand out to me and Dash, and anybody else who's been involved with the Five Island or watched the Five Island stuff, but they put one of the songs from Five Island Adventure, that Japanese cell phone game, they put that in there too, and it's called A Lively Place, and it's a remix of it, not by much, but I thought that was cool. They put a nod into that little cell phone,
Huh, well, let's give that a listen as well.
The composers on the podcast.
Yeah, we should mention them. That's true. Oh, Dash, you want to name off a couple of those composers for the songs that we heard?
Okay, yeah. Invading Forces is by Mr. Fetus, and it's a new composition, entirely original. And City Hall is by Kareem DKI, and that one is also original. And then there's every other song that's in the music track thing is a remix, but from what I hear, there's more. It's just not posted on the site. And they're all like, oh yeah, we're just kind of going down this checklist and knocking these songs out.
Fantastic songs here.
So it's like, yeah, these guys are music machines.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of it being a surprise too. You know, I don't want to know all the songs.
Right.
You guys should interview them if you can get them, I think, because they both did blog posts. And
weren't they on the podcast for an episode?
I don't know.
No, only
Fab and Blika.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about the musicians. Okay, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good call. I agree.
I mean, Fetus is right on Facebook, and Kareem, I don't know where he is. You could probably find him through DeviantArt or something.
Cool.
Okay, do you guys want to... Is that all we have to say about the music?
I'd say so. Or unless
yep,
you...
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Awesome.
In agreement.
Props to the musicians.
Alright, so for the new topic, we're going to talk about Reika's plans to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Mega Man Legends. So, guys?
Yeah, and about a month ago, she accepted, she did a fan art drive for a special Legends 15th anniversary plan that she was going to release. And, yeah, she got a lot of submissions for it. She was very happy with how people were contributing. She really wanted to get the Americans involved as well as the Japanese, which I thought was really cool. She was considering the overseas fans as well as the Japanese fans. And so, what are your guys' speculations? You know what this is?
Well, I'd like to ask who here submitted some art. You know, not to.
Well, I threw in my overly happy serve bots, which you can see on Legend Station, or you can like link to and pull up during this podcast.
Cool.
It's the one with the serve bots with the newspaper running around. The catalog times.
I've seen that. You've got a lot of really good art on or a lot of like really specific to the game's moments art on Legend Station. So I hope you submitted some more.
Oh, I thought you only had to submit one, or you could only submit one. So I only did submit one.
Oh, okay.
But I picked that one because I like it the best. Actually, for about this time last year, I did a Legends fan art piece a day challenge. So that's where all this art's coming from.
Nice. He's the paper boy, right?
Paperbot.
Oh yeah, I've seen
He's
this
the
before.
paper boy.
Okay, we'll throw that up
With
when
this
you
catalog
have this.
times.
Cool, good.
This hat looks familiar.
I
It's
just submitted.
my hat.
Yeah.
I just resubmitted the art that I presented to her in our interview. Just
It's
because-
Right.
It's because I don't consider myself an artist and whatever.
No, I thought that was
Better
good.
than me.
I submitted like 15 different because I've cosplayed Volnut. I've made the toy, so I took some shots and I sent some especially more interesting poses or shots. You know, like I've got one where he's kicking Teasel in the butt. You know, and then just like a little cluster of artwork. So I don't know. Hopefully some of it will make it. But yeah, like I mean, speculation. That's the next thing. Is like, where the heck is this? What's it going to?
Yeah. I mean, okay, for me personally, it's kind of hard to make speculations since I'm not exactly sure what Morishita is really capable of. I mean, yeah, we know she sings, but besides that, we know very little about her. Like, you know, we don't know her contacts, we don't know what other talents she possesses, we don't know anything about the members on her team. And, yeah, because of that, yeah, I'd say it could be anything.
There's two things that come to mind for me, but I'll see what I want to know.
Yeah, there's two things on my side, too, but go on.
Well, I wanted to ask Score a question about, you know, the poses that you sent her. Did you send her that picture where you have, like, Mega Man and it looks like he's like, recently you posted a picture where there are a bunch of Mega Man parts on what seemed to be dowels. Did you send her that?
Oh, no. That's for people listening, that's I posted a picture on Facebook of me painting these Volnut figures I make, and they're all like, all the sections of them are stabbed on these little spears.
Oh, the Mega Man graveyard?
Yeah. No, I didn't send that. No, I tried to send happier pictures.
If you could post a picture of Teasel holding one of those sticks with Mega Man's head on it, that would be hilarious.
I mean, the only like Skybane and I said, like there's only really two obvious options would be if she released a CD and used the artwork. But to me, there's too much artwork coming in for her to do that and put it on her album. So I imagine some kind of montage music video, maybe? I don't know for sure. Like, those are the two things that come to mind. Album artwork with all of our stuff put in there somehow, or a lot of our stuff, or for a music video of some sort.
Yeah, the album artwork was one of the things I was saying as well. I'm not sure how many of you guys have been keeping track of Morishita Reika's blog using Google Translate or whatever.
Yeah, not me.
Recently, she confirmed that she was planning to release her newly rearranged Legend songs via CD. So those are going to be coming.
Is it a blog on Facebook? Her Facebook?
It's somewhere on there.
Okay.
She posts everything from her blog on there as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, first, that's my not-so-certain guess. I'm suspecting that she's planning to combine the CD release and her artwork in some way, maybe include a fan art booklet or
a poster.
Yeah, or something along with the release of her CD or something.
Now, there was also a post on her Facebook that I also used Google Translator for that said she was looking for a jacket for the video.
Right,
and
right.
Then you probably saw it. I said something along the lines of, is this a music video? And because Google Translator later, made it into broken English, I couldn't quite understand her response, but she's like, yes, but we're not ready to shoot kind of thing. So what if it was like Dash, you were there for New York Comic Con, like a banner of all the artwork printed off behind her? I don't know. There's so many possibilities for something like that.
Or maybe she's gonna dance on a green screen and just put our art behind herself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell because she's gonna get fan art and not all of mine's amazing either. So
are you kidding? Yours is awesome. It looks like official artwork.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
I've even got a shirt.
I have a copy of the shirt.
That's awesome. Yeah. But she's gonna get some fan art. If you browse DeviantArt, type in Mega Man Legends, you're gonna see some kind of less than stellar fan art. So that's what's making me question what the heck is she gonna do with this?
Yeah,
she can always make an art book, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, my other guess, which seems, very viable to me, would be a Legends 15th Anniversary commemorative art book. Similar to the Mega Man tribute art book that was published by Capcom last year, if you remember that.
If she did that for us...
Yeah, I know. That seems to be well within Morishita's capabilities, and I personally think many Legends fans would go nuts for it.
I know I would. I'd want to own that for sure. No official art, all fan-made art, but man, that's...
I already want to give her a medal just for doing all this stuff for Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For everything Capcom isn't doing, she's almost kind of making up for it, and that is great.
And she's a serious connect. Okay, I want to start on the right spot. I feel like we've had this seriously broken connection with Capcom of Japan, the fans of Japan. There's just no way for us to really communicate. And so I feel like she's kind of bridging that gap. So, that makes me really happy for sure.
Definitely. And another awesome thing, if she published Mega Man Legends tribute art book, would be that would also give us a chance to show support for the series with our wallets if she plans to.
And we already bought her songs, but if she does the CD release, I'll probably buy that too.
Yeah,
I don't even like J-pop. I'll just buy it to support Legends and support her because she's doing this awesome stuff.
And I'm sure
at that point, it would have to be officially stamped by Capcom, right?
Well, yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, so I mean,
actually, Score, you might be right there. It might, since it's not officially licensed by Capcom, it may not be enough.
Right. Well, but that's not totally left field or impossible because Bandai is already messing around with the Legends license. So it's not like they don't want to release anything Legends. It's just that they're not prepared to release Mega Man or create Mega Man Legends 3. So maybe they would put their stamp of approval on something like that. Who knows? And in the podcast with Skybane and everybody else, or not everybody else, Skybane and Reika. What's that?
I'm in all the podcasts. You have to be more specific about that.
Okay, or Reika podcast.
Yeah.
she kept saying things like, let's all keep fighting for this game, and maybe she was just trying to be encouraging, but what if she really did have something like that up her sleeve? That'd be the coolest.
It seems highly unusual, but yeah, hopefully.
I'm kind of hoping that we both don't have the same idea, though.
What if by fighting she literally meant that we go there with weapons?
Alright, I've got the bayonet.
Leave it to Tim to put the zinger in there.
It's what I do. It is great to see her, especially since she's kind of on the forefront with everyone, she's on the front with everyone, and she probably is not in, like, trying to put anyone down, but she's guaranteed to, if she does, let's say, make a book and she does give it to Capcom, she can give it directly to headquarters, so, who knows?
She's got ins that we don't, for sure.
She can bust through their first line of defenses. More than I can say for any book.
I just want to say one more time that I just think it's awesome that Reika is taking so much consideration to the American audience. Because, of course, we were going to publish the news about her doing that fan art drive before she said anything about the Americans. But, she actually messaged me personally saying that she wanted the Americans to be involved with this and to Get Me Off the Moon that this whole thing's going on.
Very good. That's awesome. It's very cool. Yeah. She couldn't have picked a better place to go to spread it to the masses, really, of the United States for the Legends fans. So yeah, I mean, she was dead on with messaging you and saying, "Hey, let people know."
Well, probably the only connection she has on Facebook anyway.
Right. Yeah, very cool. I was really glad to hear that she was doing that. I'm just,
I know she's great about responding in English too.
Yeah, and I asked her, because I was like, "Is this really on Facebook?" And I was like, "Do you have a translator there?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm not good with English. I'll have a translator tonight." So.
Oh, yeah, right.
She just seems so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Legend stuff notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real down to earth and personable and kind and stuff.
Jack.
And heck, she answered the call for, or the saying for the podcast when when the people in the chat were asking, can you sing a part of one of the songs?
Yeah, I kicked it off.
And I was like, that is. I mean, this could be any Japanese lady for all we know. And then she sings, it's her. I'm like, oh my god, and she sounds good too. It's so good.
I thought about doing something like that before, but then she was saying that her son just went to bed, and so I just want to ask her that personally. But that's why I said to Jack, tell her that she doesn't have to do this if she doesn't want to because her son's in bed. It's 11 o'clock that time. So
Right. And I can't believe she did it. As soon as the question was asked.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy.
It was. That's going to be a memory that's going to go down in music for history.
Yeah, for sure.
So great. That was awesome.
I mean, thinking about it, I'm like, what was the minute mark in that, so I can go back to the podcast and just pull that up,
Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Jack, even after the whole interview ended, he was saying that he was surprised how level Morishita was with us. He was saying that older Japanese women tend to, just not be as level as that with younger people.
They'll kind of skim off stuff, not be as real, kind of thing.
I guess something like that. He wasn't very
condescending.
I don't know. I guess something like that. He wasn't very specific, but he was.
Well, when you say level, I think of.
I think he means like, indifferent.
Like level.
When I hear level, I think sane.
Well, I mean like she interacted with us as if she was another teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Like our age.
Okay. Yeah. On the same level.
She treated you like an equal.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But yeah, he was even surprised at that, and that says something because Jack himself lives.
Not only is she a lot older than us, she's also famous.
Well, considerably. I mean, I know people would consider her as an indie music composer.
But yeah, no, that is awesome, and I felt the same kind of natural thing. She was laughing and
right.
and responsive to everything. She the responses, at least through Jack, were very
personable.
Yeah, exactly. Personable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she comments on like everyone else's Facebook posts or pictures. I especially love how she.
She's liking pictures on my Facebook. I'm like, Reika Morishita is like liking my pictures. I'm like, what on earth? What on earth?
I was totally surprised when she liked mine.
Oh, your post on that avatar for Halloween.
Well, there was that, but there was the Ego Raptor Pikachu, and she commented. Well, I know Laurent commented on it too, but she liked it. I'm like, really?
I think she just saw Pikachu and yeah.
That was
cool. That's cool though, for sure.
Well, no, I actually got into a conversation with her too on one of my previous things because it was the Nemesis. And she was commenting on it, and at first I didn't know what she was talking about, but then I realized, wait, she's like, oh, it's Matt, isn't it? I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh yeah, the movie.
Oh, I didn't get that. Is that what
I totally forgot that was his name in the films, right?
I thought it was awesome that time where she responded to your comment about, you're wishing her son happy birthday and saying that thing about
someday he'll be able
to play Mega Man Legends 3, and then she replied, thank you, my son really likes video games and he wants to play Mega Man Legends 3.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome too. Maybe that's a little bit of a fuel for the fire for...
Right, it could be, easily be.
No, she really is cool.
Well, I guess that about covers it then, and now a word from Mega Man Volnut.
If you've got any ideas for Neo Devroom events, prizes, or if you have any news tips, message our Facebook group. If you're curious about any of the topics we've covered today, feel free to click the links below. And don't forget to join the Devroom and subscribe, or else!
Thanks a ton, Volnut, and thanks guys for coming over to the podcast. Good luck to Fab and Flyka and TLT, and it should be very interesting to see what Morishita-san has in store for us for the Legends series 15th anniversary. So, until next time, Legends never die! And keep fighting the good fight.
Come at me, bro.
Dude, we'll have a crowd. Just use all of those takes. Squeeze them all together.
Yes!
Make us more popular than
Can
we
you use
are.
our special guest we didn't have?
Yes.
Okay,
Not talking of special guest yet.
Legend never dies.
What?
Your sister?
Legend never dies.
Whose sister?
Laurent.
That's my sister.
Hey, what's up? Zeta Jr.?
Go.
'Cause So anyone listen to the post I did? The Pearl's theme?
No, I didn't, but I know that song. I like it a lot.
Same here.
It does sound like something. I can't remember which one, but it does sound like something I heard out of Legends. I just don't remember which song it was.
That's what you're saying.
It's not the only time where I've gotten like a feeling that this kind of belongs in a Mega Man game. That's not the first time I've got that. This belongs in a Mega Man game. Deja vu. Like, it's kind of weird, but the ending to Marvel vs. Capcom 1, the staff roll for some odd reason. It sounds like it belongs in a Mega Man game. Kind of weird, but yeah.
Good podcast, guys. I think there was a lot of good material.
I think so too. I think it's excellent.
Yeah. I really like my Resident Evil story. I really do. Just how horrifying.
Like the best guest ever.
You're weird, Tim.
Everyone says that, and it's probably true.
It's kind of funny that you're saying he's weird now, and I'm looking at his, icon, and it's a man made out of TVs, and what is that?
Ah, man, it's the Romonster.
Robman even asked about that, right?
Yeah, he did. He's like, what is this? I'm like, it's from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and then he started talking in Meatwad's voice. That was fun.
Man, his Marge, I've heard his other impressions. They're alright. His Marge impression sounds like Marge so much. From The Simpsons. Sounds like her so much. It's crazy. I like a definitive canon story, and since there's so many incarnations of Link, that's always never sat real well with me.
It is supposed to be a linear timeline that splits into 3 parts because of Ocarina of Time's crazy timey-wimey stuff. So,
I don't take any of that seriously. To me, each game is its own game unless it says it's a sequel. To
me, each Link is really Will Schuester.
What's that?
Each Link I name after the teacher on Glee. It's kind of a tradition I do.
Oh, okay.
Not Robin Hood?
Peter
I
Pan.
guess.
Oh, Peter Pan, of course. It all makes sense now.
Rufio!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know the crazy Zelda fans. They're usually ones getting fights with.
Yes, those crazy
like
Zelda fans.
Dive bars. If you go in and you start talking about, Zelda sucks. You looking for a fight? Yeah, I'm looking for a fight.
Guys, we'll try to keep Dash in check, you listeners. Don't worry. We'll get her to like a Zelda game or two.
We will have silenced her by then.
Bring it on!
Bring it on!
I don't get...
Here.